Hi there. Well, it's been a bit of an interesting morning. My PC didn't really connect to Facebook Live, so I've been sitting here thinking, what does it feel like for a caterpillar to become a butterfly? Because I think that most of us, we go into sort of a new experience a bit like that, and it's really uncertain. And I thought to myself, what's it like to not know? Is it embarrassing to not know the answers? Is it embarrassing to not know what to say? And I came to my camera this morning and I thought, I don't know what to say this morning. And I got an image of a butterfly. And then I think, well, the butterfly, the caterpillar, goes into the cocoon, into the dark, turns into mush, basically, and has no idea that it's going to turn into something else. And the caterpillar actually, maybe on some level, feels like it's going to die. But I think the whole butterfly analogy for transformation is really links into our own journeys as human beings. You know, we start off not knowing, we're just living life. We may be following what our culture demands, we may be listening to what we're told by our parents or our peers. We're conditioned to believe certain things about ourselves, we're told what we should be doing at certain times in our lives, especially in the West. And then maybe we get to a point where that all changes and we're not very satisfied and we're unfulfilled by that. And perhaps that's when we begin to make the journey into our own cocoon. Now, I sat this morning on my sofa having my breakfast, well, I was having a cup of tea, and I was thinking about myself and how I don't really fit into the norm. I'm probably like some of you watching, I feel a bit of an oddball, a bit of an outsider, a bit of a black sheep or a rainbow sheep. And I look at the way that the West is programmed to be, you know, you're, as a woman, you know, and as a man, you know, you've got your own journey, your own patterns, your own process. We're taught to be educated, then we grow to a certain age, and then we meet a partner, and then we're kind of encouraged to get married and have children, set up a house, have a career, and then grow old, and we have a family, and then we belong to a family of origin, and we socialise with a family, and we do things that families do together. But what if you're not like that? What if you are completely different? What if your family's not around? What if something in you is guiding you into that dark cocoon like the caterpillar, away from the other caterpillars? And instead you get a sense that you're meant to be doing something else. You've got wings, but you don't know yet. So you climb into your own cocoon, your own dark cocoon. And you have no idea what you're going to be. You have no idea what your wings are going to be like. You maybe feel like just things are dying, things are ending. You don't know what's coming next. And you climb into your cocoon because you need to do that. There's something in your heart telling you just to trust and to believe that something new is forming within you and getting ready for that. And I think that some of us that are not on the normal conventional path, you know, we may not follow the whole 9-to-5 jobs. We may not have a family that we can rely on or who are around us. We may not, you know, we may be gay, we may be black, we may be white, we may have disabilities, we may have mental health issues, we may have really different ways of looking at the world, very unconventional, and we don't fit in. And, you know, that is part of being the tribe, is sort of belonging and fitting in. And sometimes we just have to trust that we are not the same, and it's okay. My friend said to me a little while ago that it's like being the shaman on the end of a village, on the outside of the village. You've got a lot to share and a lot of gifts to give to the world, but you're not part of the pack. You're not part of that. And I guess it's kind of lonely being on the outside, on the periphery of life, being very different to other people. But you get to a point where you begin to learn to accept your own oddities, your own interesting, unique ways and being with life. And then you no longer need to be part of the pack. You don't need to feel like you belong anymore, because you then get an understanding that you belong to yourself, you belong to your heart, you belong to life itself. And then anybody else that comes along, people, friends, family, they're just icing on the cake of the life, of your life. And I've used this analogy a few times. Everybody else and everything else is the icing on the cake, but you are the cake. And when you get to a stage in your life when you're in your cocoon, you're about to emerge into a new life, find your wings. And when you find your wings and you learn to fly and you get more confident and strong with those wings, you don't feel the lacking feeling of needing to belong to a certain specific group in society. You become the butterfly that you already had within you. So this is just a really simple video that I had no clue I was going to talk about. It started where I didn't know what I was going to say, and I didn't know where I was going. And this is like the journey. This is our journey. We don't need to know where we're going, but we can trust our heart, because the heart can lead us in directions that the mind cannot. And quite often the heart knows a direction or a path or a route to what we really desire in a way that we didn't think about ourselves. For example, I never thought I'd be a co-producer on a radio station. That was not on my path. That was not consciously in my mind of what I was going to do. I thought I was going to be a writer. I thought I was going to do some sort of speaking and talking, but I had no idea about this. And when this project came to me, I grabbed it, and I didn't know why. I just knew I had to grab this idea, had to grab this with both hands. It's an opportunity. It's a door opening, an unexpected door. And often when we let go of our expectations and our attachments, life brings us ways that we can fulfill our purpose in our own special, unique way. But we've got to learn to realise that it's not always the way we think it's going to be. And that's okay. And we often have a heart of what we really want in life. You know, sometimes we might want freedom, we might want peace, a sense of serenity or harmony, or a sense of abundance, and we think it's going to come down a certain road, and it maybe has another path, another door ready for you. Many years ago, when I moved to Gloucester, I talked to a gentleman called Christopher Sell, and he gave me a reading, and I just started my spiritual journey, and I was absolutely determined I was going to move to Swindon, which is a place where Avebury Stone Circle is. I was very into metaphysics and the New Age way of life. And I thought, I'm going to go and live at the Stone Circle. I was in a real hippie way of life. And he said to me, yes, you can go there. You can go live there. Of course you can. But just remember that you may be missing all of the doors along the way. If you just see one door and you're heading for that, what are you missing? So my little message today is just be like the caterpillar. Walk and climb into your cocoon, and just trust that your heart may have a new direction for you. And who knows what sort of butterfly you're going to be. Now I'm on my iPad today, and because of that I can't see any comments. So if you're talking to me, I'm just going to say hi. And I'm going to go now because I don't know how much charge I've got on this. And I'll speak to you again soon on Monday at 10 o'clock. And my new podcast is coming out today. I can't remember the subject, so just keep an eye out on the feed, and thank you for watching. I'm a bit cheery today and the sun is shining and who knows what's going to happen. Just go with it.